guys, Noramaki here, and happy Friday! Even though we're stuck in quarantine, there's not a whole lot we can do. Not like we can really go out or nothing. I'm sorry. But happy Friday nonetheless. Today's a bit of a weird day for me. I'm on babysitting duty, and it's also been just a weird week in general. It's a short day for me work-wise, and so I figured today would be just a fun video where I go deep in some of my favorite music that I really like from different video games. And if you don't know, now's the time to learn that I really like video game music. I think it's just so great. It's specially produced to make you feel a certain way in different levels and for different characters, right? And obviously some games do it better than others, and I'm here today to rant about my 10 favorite songs from my absolute favorite video game, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And I say battle instead of just Sonic Adventure 2 because I'm Nintendo and I only ever played the GameCube port. Whether or not that makes me a purist or not is up for debate, but here is my official rant and my official top 10 list of my favorite songs from that game. Here we go. Number 10 is going to have to be the song Escape from the City. It is the background music to City Escape, Sonic's very first level in the game, where he is escaping from Gun, who has imprisoned him wrongfully because they think he is in fact Shadow the Hedgehog, who just recently stole a Chaos Emerald from a bank. Now, this game is full of all kinds of excitement, and it starts with the very first level. Oddly enough to me, I think it is the second most iconic piece of Sonic music ever made after Green Hill Zone itself. It's also the most iconic level if you ask me. Everybody knows the scene when you're falling from a helicopter and basically snowboarding sort of down a city street in the middle of what is only assumed to be San Francisco, though of course in canon it's Central City. It's also got some high nostalgic value for me. Sonic Adventure 2 is the first Sonic game I ever played because again it was the first Sonic game ever ported to a Nintendo system. Little fun fact real quick, Sonic Adventure 2 was the first game developed by the US branch of Sonic Team, and their headquarters is actually in San Francisco, which is why a whole lot of the levels take reference to San Francisco. So City Escape does, Mission Street does, Radical Highway, both routes 101 and 2, let's see if I get this right, 280. Oh, I hope I got that right. Editing Alex, tell him if I got it right. I think that's really, really cool. And so you get a big ol' smack in the face of just how much American influence this game has on it. Number 9 is gonna have to go to Dive Into the Mellow. It is the background music to Aquatic Mine, one of Knuckles' levels. You're gonna quickly notice that there are a lot of Knuckles songs on here. I love hip hop and all of his songs are hip hop. Plus I love Knuckles, and you cannot convince me that he's not a black man, but we're getting off track here. The name is pretty accurate if you ask me. You are diving, and the song is pretty mellow. I actually have it on one of my study playlists, and before you even ask, yes, most of my study music is background music from various video games. It's very relaxing, most of it doesn't have any lyrics, and you should really try it. In fact, maybe I'll make a playlist. I might put a playlist, you'll see. This is just a side note. I can't be the only one who was at some point or another terrified of going into the ghost room in Aquatic Mine. Bro, it's underwater at first, there's a whole bunch of signs saying beware of the ghosts. Like the last thing I'm trying to do is go into some ghost infested rooms. Like, I'm a big old punk baby, I don't do ghosts. Y'all saw that this week. You can't pay me enough. That's it. I gotta give number 8 to Live and Learn, the theme song of the entire game itself. It is one hell of a main theme if you ask me. I mean, for the Adventure series, Sonic did a heck of a job with all of their different music and background music and theme songs, and Live and Learn Crush 40 put their foot in this song. It's perfect for fighting the final boss, and spoiler alert, though it really shouldn't be, the song came out in 2002, the final boss of Sonic Adventure 2 is the Final Hazard, which is basically just the Bio-Lizard with the entire space colony arc shoved up its butt. But it's a very chaotic battle. When I was younger, I actually could not beat it. But I've done it now a bunch of times, and good God, it playing the background while you're flying through space as either Supersonic or Super Shadow is just immaculate. I mean, you really do feel pretty heroic unless you take too long, in which case the screen turns blood red and everyone in the arc is like, bro, hurry up, we're about to smash into Earth. There's a lot of stress, but this song is really, really great. And you can actually buy it on iTunes or on Apple Music. I have it on my phone. I have run to this song before. We'll never do that again. Number 7 goes to I'm a Spy, the background music to Security Hall, one of Rouge's stages. So in this stage, Eggman just set the detonator up to explode in 15 minutes on Prison Island, and Rouge is like, you know what, all I need is 5 minutes to steal this Chaos Emerald out of this safe, it'll be fine. And at first you're like, yeah, Rouge, you can do it. Oh crap, that's my time. It's still a really, really good stage, and it's got some really, really good music. All of Rouge's songs are based around jazz, and this one does a really good job of making me feel like I need to hurry the hell up. The time anxiety can be real with them. Going off that, Rouge is also my favorite character in the Sonic universe, period. She's great, and she's also really good at her job of course being thievery and spy things, and she's also really gorgeous, and you can take that as you will. Like, I'm not wrong. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Look at her. She's amazing. Also, I'm pretty sure this song got me into jazz. I can't say I listened to any jazz before I played this game, but it's my oh god, Rouge's music really did get me into jazz. Holy crap. I'm gonna go ahead and give number 6 to On the Edge, the background music to Eternal Engine. This is Tails' level on the Space Colony arc. It's just really great to me, honestly. I think Eternal Engine is also Tails' best level in this game, at least in my opinion. It's got the most going on, things have really started to get real story-wise, and you just be out here shooting stuff. But you can't actually get crazy with the shooting, because if you shoot dynamite packs, they'll blow holes open and you'll be sucked out into space and die. It's also his most serious level. I mean, yeah, he gets to go shooting through Pyramid Base and shooting through Prison Island, but like, everybody gets to do stuff like that. This just seems to be more serious for him. I also love this stage because you can grind a ton of like perfect scores out of this, especially towards the end when you fight that whatever that thing is. You can just sit there and target everything on that machine a bunch of times and just rack up the perfect scores. It is very hard to not get an A on that level just because of that. Unless you're like me and you keep dying because you keep falling into space, because you get real trigger happy and the next thing you know, you're out of lives.
Okay.
Number 5 goes to Unknown from Me. That is Knuckles' theme song within this game. It is also a remix of Knuckles' theme song from Sonic Adventure, the original one. Except I like this one better than the original because the original one focused more on jazz themes, had saxophones in it. My dad's singing. It had a ton of saxophones in it, and I mean, that's great, but his remix is more hip-hop related. They add a rap into it, so it is the original song, but it's just done better, and they redid all of his theme for all of his music from jazz to hip-hop, and again, you cannot convince me that Knuckles is not black. Number 4 goes to Supporting Me. This is the Biolizard's theme and his fight music. You'll notice when you play this, and side note, I actually never got to this boss until I was about 15 because bro, I used to be so afraid of this game. Side note, I used to be so afraid of this game because things like the robots in Egg Quarters or the ghosts in Aquatic Mine, all of those things used to terrify me, and I really couldn't get past a certain point because I was just off-put. Supporting Me, the Biolizard's theme is played while you're fighting him. He is the penultimate boss of Sonic Adventure 2, and you play as Shadow. It's a really messed up fight when you really think about it, because the Biolizard is basically Shadow's big brother. You'll also notice that Supporting Me sounds a lot like Shadow's theme song. That's because it kind of makes sense, really, when you think about it. Shadow's theme is very chaotic and wondering about himself and running through the darkness. Biolizard is kind of like his brother, right? And he's also going through like, what is my purpose? He's been locked in the Space Colony arc for 50 years. Like, it's been a mess, right? So they're both pretty chaotic, but it really fits the theme of the fight between Prototype and official Ultimate Life. It's kind of sad when you really dive deep into it. Like, do. You have to kill your own brother. A mess. But this song is also on my study playlist. Yeah, I don't really know how I can study to it either, but occasionally I can really get some good work done while listening to this song. I wrote a whole paper listening to like an extended version of the song on YouTube. Number 3 is For True Story, the background music to the second fight between Sonic and Shadow when they're racing through the Space Colony arc. That is one of the most iconic boss battles. It is so creative and so well done. I mean, you've already fought each other once in the story in Green Forest, but by the time this rolls around, you are just so pumped for them to have that final showdown. Like, you go through the entire scene before it, just like, ooh, look, it's heating up, it's getting ready, and the next thing you know, y'all are racing and battling on a crumbling section of the Space Colony arc, and oh my god. Plus, Shadow was introduced in this game. By the time you get here, I can really get a good run in, because I feel like maybe I'm running for my life because the road is crumbling beneath me. I don't know. Number 2 is A Ghost's Pumpkin Soup, the background music to Pumpkin Hill. Pumpkin Hill is Knuckles' second level. It's my favorite Knuckles level for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's spooky. All the mountains are shaped like pumpkins, there's ghosts everywhere, there's ghost trains. It's really crazy. My favorite line is, "I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley." I don't know why, it just seems very hip-hop-ish to me, and that song is a bop. Listen to the lyrics when you have a chance. It's also the only level in battle in the HD remakes to not have a golden beetle. It's in the original Dreamcast version. I don't know why they took it out of the other versions. So before I dive into my number 1 pick, I do want to acknowledge the fact that none of the songs on this list, not even the number 1 pick, has anything to do with Eggman. Not his theme music, not any of his background music from any of his levels. I don't know, they're just nothing to do with him. I like Eggman. I think he's pretty funny. He's a great boss until they turned him, quirky, but that's like a whole different other story. They aren't the songs that I really remember. His theme song's pretty good, I think, but it's good. His music is great, but I vibe with the other ones better. Number 1 spot goes to Fly in the Freedom by Tabitha Fair, otherwise known as Rouge's theme song. Yo. Rouge, like Shadow, was introduced in this game, right? And y'all already know, I've said it in this video, that she is my absolute favorite character in the entire Sonic franchise because she's beautiful, she can fight for herself, she pays her own bills, she always secures the bag, and she loves fine jewelry. Literally just me with like a bat. I've sang this in the shower many a time. I learned the lyrics a very long time ago and I have never forgotten them. Will sing them probably until the day I die. It's so good. The lyrics are amazing, it's beautifully sung, it's just so dang good. And not even just the part they play on the game. I mean, if you listen to the entire song, being associated with a video game aside, like, it's just a good song to listen to. It's very peaceful. I listen to it in the shower, I sing it in the shower, sing it in the car, and I know it's my favorite song because it's the one I find myself going back to day after day, year after year. The game is 18 years old this year. Crap. The game can drive. Yeah, it's my favorite one, and it holds a special place in my heart, just like this game. That is my final list, my 10 favorite songs from my favorite game of all time. Let me know which ones you agree with. Let me know what songs you would pick down in the comments. I do really want to hear from you guys on this one. Like and subscribe for me, and until next time, guys.